That's delicious. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a practice that you can do every day, as many times a day as you want, that will totally turn everything you've ever thought about having a gratitude practice or feeling grateful upside down. Because if you're like me, for years and years and years, I really struggled with this. I really struggled to truly feel grateful for things in my life. And I would sit down, I would follow the journal prompts, but it was like something was always missing until I changed one thing, till I adopted one practice. And the first time I did it, in less than 5 minutes, I was like tears of joy. I thought, this is what people need when it comes to gratitude. I want to maybe paraphrase this quote from the book, The Science of Getting Rich by Wallace Wattles. Says, many order their life rightly in all other areas, but are held in poverty through a lack of gratitude. Even the Bible says, to he who hath, more shall be given. To he who hath not, even more shall be taken away. I even asked Rhonda Byrne, author of The Secret, I said, what is like the one thing? Like, what's the one thing? She said, I tell everybody, like, it's gratitude. Like, when you acknowledge the great things in your life, you become a magnet. Magnet for more. And even when you acknowledge the quote unquote bad things, which we'll talk about, you still become a magnet for more good things. Okay, you can evaporate. It's like when you really get it, all your problems just seem to melt away. You no longer see them as problems. If you struggle with this, the number one reason, I'll share a few, but the number one reason, in my opinion, that people struggle with doing gratitude journaling or gratitude practice or whatever, is because the mind and the body are in opposition. I want to explain that. The body and the nervous system don't actually feel safe enough in the present moment to slow down and be grateful because they've memorized that perpetual feeling of stress and anxiety to the point where they don't actually feel okay to slow down and acknowledge the good things. So I would sit down, I would write my bullet points. I'm so grateful for my health. I'm so grateful for my happiness. I'm so grateful for this, but I didn't actually feel it. I did not feel it. It was a thought resting in the conscious mind, but the body was in opposition. And when the subconscious and the conscious are in opposition, the subconscious always wins. It's the 95%. So in order for gratitude to really work its magic in your life, in my opinion, you have to feel it. It cannot just be enough to write boom, 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 bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, 1 minute of your day feeling grateful, and the other 18 hours you're like totally freaked out, stressing out, state of hypervigilance. And I'm going to share this practice with you, and it will totally evaporate that. It'll totally turn that on its head, okay? Now, I think the number 2 reason is that people struggle with feelings of guilt or low self-worth. So they don't actually feel worthy to appreciate the things in their life. And I struggled with this for so long. When I used some techniques I share sometimes to create my dream car that I drive, and I am still as in love with it as I was on day one, I struggled to feel grateful for it because part of me was like, is it too good to be true? Is it going to be taken away? Am I going to lose it? Do I really deserve this? Am I really the type of person that could have this? And understanding that those feelings really, really stop the gratitude practice. They stop the momentum of feeling grateful because part of you is still doubting whether you deserve to feel grateful for the things that you have. And that all comes down to self-image, to self-perception, to your paradigm, your model of the world, and the feelings that you hold about yourself, not on a conscious level, but on an unconscious level. Now, another reason, before we get to this practice, another reason I really, really want you to get this, that I think people struggle to feel grateful is because they're only feeling grateful for A, the big things, and B, the quote unquote good things, right? So they see only the houses or cars or their partner in their life as the things that they can feel grateful for. And when you start to adopt the practice I'm going to share with you, this all is going to go away. And you're going to notice how many other things there are other than the 2 or 3 quote unquote big things you think about when you think about gratitude. But they also only try to acknowledge the good. And they never stop to go, thank you for this perceived insurmountable challenge that I'm up against right now that is helping me go to the next level. Thank you for this health challenge, for forcing me to change the habits that I may not have changed otherwise. Thank you for this financial crisis because it's maybe putting me in a place where I'm so clear on what I do want after years and years of being clear on what I don't want. Or thank you for this financial challenge because it's forcing me to finally look at what I'm doing for work or for compensation and realizing, I don't actually like that much. I'm going to do something different. It's going to maybe make me way more money in way less time doing more of what I enjoy doing. Or maybe that book you've always wanted to write or the YouTube channel you've always wanted to start, maybe you get in the crisis or you get in the challenge or the valley and finally you go, well, I don't have a lot else to lose. So I'm going to finally take action on the thing I've always wanted to do. Now, the last thing, before we get into the practice, the last thing is that people, myself included, when I say people, I'm not like standing up high on my mountaintop speaking to the peasants. This was something that has taken me so many years to really get. And I think there's a difference between knowing it by like, quote unquote, knowing it, intellectually understanding it, but there's a gap between understanding it and knowing it is when you embody it. You're so good, it's so automatic, it's no longer something you have to force yourself or put in a lot of effort to do. It's just like, yes, this is something that I know. It's something that I embody, okay? And it's that they are only feeling grateful for things they can see. Things they can tap into with their 5 senses. It's like, if I don't have it, if I can't see it, then it doesn't exist, right? And that is living as a materialist. It's living in the material world without acknowledging in advance, saying thank you in advance for the things that you haven't seen or felt yet, knowing like, thank you, I'm so certain this is coming into my life. The level of certainty I have for things I want that have not happened yet is like, it's just a matter of time. And maybe I'm not ready for it yet. It's just a matter of time. And when you live from the place of like, the thing I want is on its way, it's literally just a matter of time. I'm so certain it's on its way. And if it doesn't show up, it was never meant for me. And something better, 10 times better, 100 times, 1,000 times better is going to make its way to me. And I'm going to go, oh, yeah, I thought I wanted that thing, but I was living in fear. I didn't actually want that thing. So take time as we do this practice to feel grateful, not just for the things that you can see, smell, taste, hear, touch, but the things that haven't happened yet. Thank you for my dream partner. Thank you for the mansion on the hill. Thank you for the Lamborghini. Thank you for, I don't care what it is. I want you to have all the things that you want to have because those desires are given to you because you're supposed to have them. Okay? So what is the practice? The practice is 10 minutes. And in fact, I have a guided version of this down below that you could just download and do if you don't want to follow the step-by-step and write down the step-by-step, okay? It's so simple. We're going to use EFT. The simplest form of EFT. There's no setup statement, no nothing. If you need a tutorial, I'll leave one down in the description. But it's so simple, I'm going to walk you through this. You can't get this wrong, okay? Step 1, you are going to set a timer for 10 minutes. If you can do 20, great. If you could do 30, you will be like master of the universe. But 10 minutes is great. Okay, 10 minutes is fine. You're going to put on some sound that you like, some song that you enjoy, something that can run for at least 10 minutes that isn't going to distract you. And we are going to run through the tapping points, no setup statement, no nothing. So just the eyebrow point right here, inside of the eye, inside of the eyebrow, side of the eye, underneath the nose, underneath the mouth, collarbone, underneath the arm, top of head. Okay, we are going to start here, and here we're going to run through all those tapping points continuously, and you are going to go on a rampage. You're going to cut loose. This should be like stream of consciousness free writing, but you're speaking it out loud. There's no backspaces, there's no filling anything in, there's no changing the grammar, there's no getting anything wrong. You're just going to go on a rant, but the most beautiful rant you've ever been on in your entire life. I'll give you an example of this. You are just going to look around or close your eyes, and you are just going to list everything you could possibly think of. So this morning I was doing this and it looked like, thank you that I can look out my window and see the trees, like I'm not in prison. Thank you for the leaves on the trees. Thank you for the changing colors on the leaves and the trees to inspire me that in every season of life we sometimes have to change and then we have to let go so that things can be renewed. Thank you for the books on my shelf. Thank you for the information on the books, in the books on my shelf. Thank you for the struggles that the people who wrote those books had to go through so that they could then package them into this stack of pages that I could then download that information and not have to go through those same struggles. Do you see what I'm getting at? Like 10 minutes, every single thing that you can think of, every person, every place, everything you've ever experienced. Don't judge yourself. You can't get this wrong. And if you're somewhere where you can't do it out loud, like you're in the airport, you're on the airplane, driving in your car, whatever it is, then just think it in your head. But it's more powerful if you speak it out loud because you're going to engage your entire nervous system. That is the practice. That is the ultimate gratitude practice. Because when you combine tapping with these statements, what you're doing is you're melting the unconscious resistance that you may be feeling if you're just sitting down doing your journaling and whatever it is. Then when you're done, like I have this beautiful little gratitude journal I take with me absolutely everywhere you go, everywhere that I go. I'll leave a link to this in the description too. It's so beautiful. And before I just had like a pen and paper, just a notepad. When you are standing in line at the bank, instead of popping in, checking your phone, you can have the Notes app open. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When you truly feel grateful, not just think grateful, you are in harmony with the divine. I didn't want to paraphrase the second part of that Wallace Wattles quote because I didn't want to get it wrong, but it said something along the lines of like, when you fail to acknowledge the good things you already have, you are severing the connection between you and the creator, you and the divine, I don't care, whatever you want to call it. You're severing that connection because it's like, if you're not grateful for it, the things that I've already given you that you prayed so desperately for, how do I know you're going to even appreciate the next thing? You're going to get the next thing. You're going to go, oh, this is cool. Okay, what's next? Okay, I need that. Now I need that to fill this void. Now I need that. When my kids are like grateful beyond belief, I go, you guys, what else can I give you? Like I took my kids to a hockey game last week. My daughter, the whole way home, Dad, thank you so much. Thank you. I had so much fun. She got to ride on the Zamboni, the thing that cleans the ice at intermission. Dad, thank you so much. Thank you. I had so much fun. The next morning, she comes out into the living room. I'm sitting reading books. Dad, thank you so much for the hockey game last night. I had so much fun. The first thing I wanted to do was to be like, sweetheart, like, you're so welcome. What else can we do today? What other fun thing do you want to go do? And the opposite is true. If you're a parent, you know what it's like. You bend over backwards for your kids and they're like, well, this isn't good enough. Or they complain about it some way, shape, or form. It's like, then you don't feel inspired to go do the next great thing, okay? And the creator is looking at you the same. The divine is looking at you the same. They're like, oh, they're grateful. They get it. They appreciate it. Let's multiply them. Gratitude is the ultimate multiplier. Okay, I'm going to leave you with this. Everything you could ever need and more is in the description below. The one last thing I'm going to express my insane appreciation for is you. If you've watched the video all the way to the end, means that you are not a dabbler. I'm so incredibly grateful to have you here, and I cannot wait to see you on the next one.